time, it's not hard to tell we're in the final 2 weeks of the 78-day campaign. So thank you, gentlemen, for your concise answers. So each of you will be given 3 minutes to sum up tonight or give us some closing remarks. And we'll use the draw that we did prior to the debate to select who goes first. So he who was first shall be last, and he who was last shall be first. So Mr. Cooper.
I can think of only 3 reasons why people might not vote for the Green Party. The first is that you don't think we can win. You think it's a wasted vote. People used to say that about the NDP too, and look how far they've come. Momentum for the Green Party is growing faster than ever before, and you can be a part of that momentum. The second reason is that people don't know about the Green Party and its policies. Perhaps they don't have time to read up on all of the Canadian parties and their policies, or perhaps they're contented to vote the way their parents vote or their friends vote. Or perhaps they're disenchanted with the whole system, with all the negativity they see in politics, the scandals, the lies, people attacking one another instead of working together. If this is the case for you, I invite you, please, to get to know the Green Party. It is a truly exceptional party, a wonderful alternative, a party that strives for cooperation, a party that as much as possible wants to see power taken out of Ottawa and put in the hands of communities, of grassroots organizations, of Canadians. The last reason is that a lot of people are afraid of getting stuck with another Conservative government. No offense, David. So instead of voting for what they want, they're going to vote against what they don't want. The problem with this logic is that it keeps us stuck in a cycle of inadequate government, never getting what we want. This election, I ask you to help to break the cycle. Instead of voting against what you don't want, vote for what you really do. Vote for an end to the corporate takeover of our country and our communities. Vote for small businesses and local jobs. Vote for each other. Vote for a Canada that works together. And bear in mind, ours is the first generation to feel the effects of climate change, and the last generation that's going to be able to do anything about it. We have a moral obligation to do all that we can. We owe it to our children. We owe it to ourselves. And this includes voting for the fundamental change that we need.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Bryson.
Every day, folks on their doorsteps ask me the same 2 questions. The first one is, how are your girls? And they're doing very well, thank you. Second one is, are we going to get rid of Stephen Harper this time? This election is about change. Change you can trust to build a better, more progressive Canada. A government that will respect people, Parliament, democracy. A government that will restore Canada's place in the world. A government guided by evidence-based decision-making that will end Stephen Harper's decision-based evidence-making. A government that will build an economy that works for you and your family. The people of King's Hants tell me that they're struggling, that their families are struggling, that they're tapped out. You've guided my work as co-chair of Justin Trudeau's Economic Council. Young people tell me that they can't find good work. And that's because there are 193,000 fewer jobs for young Canadians today than in 2008. The Liberal Party and Justin Trudeau have presented the only real plan for jobs and growth, and a plan for fairness for Canada's middle class and those who are struggling hard to join it. We will invest $125 billion in infrastructure to create jobs and growth, more livable communities, and a more competitive economy. That's why former Governor of the Bank of Canada, David Dodge, says that it is exactly the right thing to do. The Liberal plan will actually cut taxes for the middle class while asking the wealthiest of Canadians to pay a little more. That's fair, and it's smart to grow the economy. A new Canada Child Benefit will help low and middle income families who need the help the most. And all of this will be accomplished in a fully costed platform that the former Parliamentary Budget Officer, Kevin Page has called realistic and transparent. On October 19th, I would greatly appreciate your support. It's an honor and a privilege to serve as your member of Parliament. I look forward to working with you to move our communities forward, to move our province forward, to move our Canada forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Curry.
Tom Mulcair and the NDP are offering prudent fiscal management with a social conscience. $15 a day daycare to give children a safe, quality place to be. This allows parents to participate more fully in the workforce. It's good for families, and it's good for the economy. A nationally funded prescription drug program. No family should have to choose between medicine and food. Respectful interaction with First Nations. No more excuses. It's time to do right. A public inquiry into murdered and missing Aboriginal women. Real action on the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Equitable housing and education. Reduce the retirement age back to 65. I do physical work for a living. I see people all the time who are broken down from a lifetime of work. Telling them to work 2 more years is 2 more years of physical torture. Have a heart, Mr. Harper. Respect our veterans. Balancing the books on the backs of veterans is shameful. Protect our family farms. Mr. Harper said last week that he would protect supply management. Now, did you guys hear the news yesterday? Still trust him? It's a matter of choice. We must choose protecting the viability of the backbone of our food production over international corporate interests. A humanitarian approach to refugee policy. With political will, Canada can do its fair share. The sisterhood of humankind, or if you prefer, the brotherhood of man, needs to be part of the calculation when creating policy. Bill C-51 must be repealed. Full stop. No need to check the latest poll. Scrap the Unfair Elections Act, or an act to suppress the vote, really. Bring in proportional representation to make every vote count. That has been NDP policy for decades. Who can you trust to get it done? I urge you all to honor those who fought to give you the vote by actually voting. Make sure you're on the list. Get out and vote. I want to be your representative in a truly democratic and caring NDP government. I ask for your support, and in return, I give you my word that I will serve to the best of my ability. I want to thank the sponsors, East Hants Chamber of Commerce, and the Weekly Press, and those who submitted questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Mr. Morris.
Thanks, Greg, and it's been a pleasure being here. It's great being up on the stage with everybody, and it's great having everybody here in the audience. There are several defining differences between what Scott's Liberal Party has to offer Canadians and what my Conservative Party offers. They are absolutely critical to the future of Canada and our place in the world. This election should not be a popularity contest between us here on the stage. Everybody here cares and has a cross-section of friends covering all parties. I often joke that I've got friends from all parties. They don't all vote for me, but they're still my friends. But there are some distinct differences in where our parties would take Canada. Our party, under Prime Minister Harper, has guided us through the deepest global recession since the 30s. We emerged stronger with 1.3 million new jobs created since the depth of the recession in 2008. The first G7 country to balance our budget a year ahead of schedule. A far better balance sheet than all the other G7 countries, including powerhouse Germany. And the most ambitious infrastructure program in the history of Canada. We also dramatically increased provincial transfers to Nova Scotia. Equalization is up by 26%. Social transfer up by 29%, and the health transfer is up by 43%, and it's all within a balanced federal budget. Under Mr. Trudeau, he would dramatically increase spending and actually is promising to run a large deficit. I'm going to just quote what he says. This is the front page of the Chronicle Herald. He was quoted as saying deficits are a way of measuring economic growth and success of a government. I'm not kidding, folks. It's right here. So, when it comes to living within our means, rural Nova Scotians understand what that means. They believe in living within our means, and I believe that you believe, I believe that you want your federal government to live within its means. So on the 19th, please vote Conservative.
Thank you, Mr. Morse. And thank you to all four gentlemen. This was a wonderful debate. You made your points. We appreciate you coming out tonight. And we know it's been a grueling campaign, and